And then the kid in the pirate suit started bouncing off the walls like a rubber ball?
Yup.
And that's why the classroom looks like a bomb went off in a straw factory?
Uh-huh.
And you want me to buy that?
Look, I'm sure one of the dumbass students recorded the incident. I can ask them if you want.
Yes, well, until then, I'm giving you a warning. Do this again and you're fired.
Oh, come on. What makes you think I did something like this?
Well, considering you regularly lash out at students, through your pen at Wilfred, curse constantly around both tutors and pupils, get very defensive whenever people believe you've done something, demonstrated a clear mental instability around children and adolescents, and threaten students with unreasonably harsh punishments at least once a day, I wouldn't exactly put it past you to do something like this.
At least you can't say I ain't proactive.
Whatever you say. Regardless of all this, we're going to have to merge your current class with another class for the time being.
Oh boy, twice the torture. Whoopee for me.
Don't push it. Remember, you're on your last warning.
Yeah.
The next period is about to start. You should start heading to room E207.
I'll do that right now. Thanks, I guess. You again. What the fuck are you doing here?
Chutney ferret.
I already told you to get the fuck out of here before I lose my job.
Arse bandit.
The window's literally right there.
Chocolate starfish invader.
Fine, seeing as you refuse to leave, I guess I have no choice but to treat you like one of the students. Just sit down or something. Now that that's out of the way, we can stop avoiding the obvious. What the fuck is this class?
It is the class ever.
The sad thing is that's probably going to be the least annoying thing said by you little shitheads today. Now let's get on with some school. What's the timetable again?
Isn't it kind of your job to memorize the timetable?
Smart mouth me again and I will fucking kill you.
Ah, it's geography. This class is fucked.
Why did Caillou have to disappear? The love of my life, gone. I'll never be happy again. Life isn't fair. Just take me instead.
Dora, are you seriously still crying over Caillou?
No, I'm not crying.
For the love of God, Dora, get a grip. He was your boyfriend for 8 months. Most child relationships last about 2 weeks anyway. You have school and me to worry about right now.
Wouldn't you be crying if you lost the love of your life too?
My lifelong husband being a victim of dementia is a bit fucking different than a boy you knew disappearing, you ignorant, tone-deaf bastard. You just earned yourself a punishment day.
Yes, Auntie.
Meet me in the lounge right now. Why do you have to be such a wiener?
What's a wiener?
You're a fucking wiener. Look wiener up in the dictionary and you'll see your name.
I'm sorry, Auntie.
Hey Siri. What's a wiener?
A wiener is what you call Dora Marquez Lamau.
How does it feel to be in the English dictionary?
I feel like you just set it up to say...
Your first punishment will be to shut the fuck up. Your second punishment will be to clip my toenails.
Auntie, with all due respect...
I'd rather gouge my eye out with a rusty aux cable. What the fuck just happened?
You know what? I've changed my mind about the second punishment.
Huh? What do you mean?
Just go to bed. I need some time to sit down after that.
Cool. Thanks, I guess. That was weird. What just happened to my voice? I suddenly feel I can articulate sentences way better. Am I just having a growth spurt? It's a scam number, isn't it? No one ever rings me up. Wait, Caillou? Oh my god. He is still alive after all. Oh no, what if he's been kidnapped and I'm the person he chose to say his last words to?
Hey Dora, what's up?
You're just fine?
Yeah, what's wrong?
You do know you're like a missing person, right?
Yep. And it feels great.
You didn't even bother to tell me?
What do you think I'm doing right now?
Oh, that's right. Unnecessary conflict avoided.
It's a long story, but I'm in cyberspace now. I can work full-time on my operating system without a care in the world.
Man, that sure sounds nice.
It is. We can still hang out. It'd just have to be via phone.
I guess that'll have to do for now.
Oh, before I go, what did you get at the canteen today?
I got a burger this time.
Ah, that'll explain your voice.
My voice? How do my voice and burgers even remotely correlate?
It's really complicated.
Basically, it caused your mind to mutate or something.
Oh. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's easier to articulate sentences now at least.
Yeah, same. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know I'm okay.
That's good to hear. Just so you know, I have to go to sleep now. I was about to be given a punishment day, but I think my voice and personality change kind of scarred her.
As predicted. That's a shame though. I'll see you tomorrow then. Love you.
Love you too, Caillou. Phew, oh my god, I can finally relax knowing he's safe. If one of the other sides has a length of 3 and the other has a length of 4, then their squares add up to 25. The length of the hypotenuse is the square root of 25, that is, 5. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, Wolfarel?
Yo ho ho, and a bottle of cum.
Cool. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Anyone else? No, Bruno, we don't need to hear about how I'm a Trude burglar for the 15th time. Yes, Eileen.
What exactly does this have to do with geography?
Oh my fucking god, Eileen. We've been on the subject of math for 1.5 hours now. It's called a jump cut.
Are you a schizo or something?
Yes. I take medication.
Oh fuck. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
No, don't backpedal now, asswipe. You just earned yourself a year's detention.
Never mind, I'm not sorry.
You know what? No more questions. I feel like if I lose any more brain cells they'll start to go into the negatives.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Ask me that again. Go on. See what happens. Ask if you can go to the bathroom again. You'll win a prize.
Now, remember class, before you leave, we still have to do our recap. Or I could just go back to the car now. That works. And that's the second to last day over with. Fuck, I'm so getting fired.
Are you going to listen to me this time or are you going to?
Why can't you just be normal?
And there you go.
Why can't you just go goo goo gaga like the rest of the babies?
I don't fucking know. I've been able to talk ever since I was born.
You were only born 3 fucking months ago.
Now will you just listen to me for a second?
No. I'm not going to feed into my mental illness. Oh no. I'm out of meds.
You just bought them today.
I guess I have no choice but to play into it now, suck demon. Haha. Please don't turn into something scary.
When have I ever done that?
I'm not taking any chances.
Yeah, well, in the meantime you might want to keep your eye on the steering wheel before we go flying.
Dora, get the Prince Nipples down here right now.
Prince Nipples? That's a new one.
I didn't ask you to question my elevated English, I asked you to get the bastardized bishop's bosom down here right now.
I am very smart. It's like 2 in the morning. What do you want?
Oh wow, you've become a challenge to break mentally. This is going to be fun.
Usually this is where I'd question your sanity, but honestly I already have my answer.
I'm over your voice changing out of nowhere. It's time for a punishment day.
It's hardly even a day. Might as well just call it what it is at this point. Abuse.
When the fuck did you become so confrontational? Oh well, no skin off my back. That just means it'll be more satisfying to slowly whittle away your willpower.
That sounds really rapey. Save yourself the embarrassment and skip to the punishments.
Your first punishment is to complete these 5 pages of homework in front of me. Every time you get an answer wrong I'll press this electric fly swatter against your face.
Okay, I'll wait. Did you just do what I told you? Ha ha ha. Look who's in control now. How humiliating is that?
Show your face around me ever again. Why am I even in middle school? I look about 40. Shut your mouth. You got that card for...
We interrupt your macOS.
For CPSE you taught them about Behavior Card Day, right?
Yep.
And you had your students rehearse what you believe to be an average Behavior Card Day?
Well, what the caveman pie did wasn't part of the script, but yeah.
Ms. Martin, this is...
Fuck, I'm so fired.
Fantastic.
Huh?
This highlights all the reasons why behavior card days are detrimental to learning in an honest and upfront way while also making it engaging for the students. This is one of the most captivating lessons I've ever seen, minus the swearing and whatever that was at the end.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what happened there either.
This is excellent. I can say with utmost certainty that you've redeemed yourself with this last lesson. I'll be informing the staff at your main school about this. I'm sure they'll be pleased.
Yay?
Oh, and sorry about the accusation a while back. A video of the incident circulated online, and it turns out you were right. We'll have the kids suspended immediately.
I don't know if you want to confront that kid. He's kind of, ungovernable.
Trust me, we've dealt with a lot of rebellious kids in our time. We'll be fine.
Good luck is all I can say.
Well, that's about it. You're free to go. Have a safe trip back.
You too. Wait. Oh, whatever.
That was a punishment day I never want to relive ever. That was the angriest I think I've ever seen Valerie. I think I'm going to need to call Caillou to recover from whatever the fuck that was.
Hello?
Caillou? I need you right now.
Sorry, you didn't pick a great time. I'm in a fight with Barney.
You what?
Basically what happened is that I got put back into reality with the help of my wingman Ronald McDonald. We discovered a guy called Barnaby Benson has been hacking my operating system to make people do weird things. That same guy has been going around giving people viruses called Barney errors, and now I'm fighting his final form in Rick Duff Park.
I don't think you realize how many more questions that raises, but if you're in a fight, I'll back you up.
Dora, it's fine. I got this. I'll call you back once it's done, I promise.
No. Better safe than sorry. Rick Duff Park, was it?
I guess.
Got it, coming. I'm gonna show that Dan LB Parsnip or whatever that guy was called. I hope he likes the taste of a Glock 17.
Get back in your room, you stupid skank.
Eat a dick.
Hi Jean, you called me here.
Hello Ms. Martin. I've been told about your behavior card day lesson. I'm very impressed.
Really?
Of course, the students were engaged, the presentation was informative, and the students learned a valuable lesson.
Oh. What was that? Did they learn that the VM community is a cesspool of gradually stagnating content that all follows a formula that gets twisted and misconstrued as it gets used by more and more people, with the only thing changing throughout the formula being the characters the creator likes and dislikes, meaning the formula is just an extremely convoluted way for children to share their interests. Therefore the community should stop taking these videos so seriously and hold so much weight over everyone's actions within it, because at the end of the day all there is children talking about their interests.
Sure. That being said, after seeing what you've done for these students, I think it'd only be appropriate to give you a raise.
Yes.
And from now on, you'll be teaching the Year 6 students.
No.
Is there a problem with that?
I mean, no problem.
Oh, that's good. Well, I'll see you in a bit. Your class is waiting for you in the English department.
Alright, I'll go, I guess.
Goodbye.
For fuck's sake, at least the reception students were easy to keep a leash on. Year 6ers are just so fucking annoying. Well, the least I can hope is that the class I'm teaching now is somewhat tolerable. You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Get back here, you rapscallion. I'm not out of breath quite yet. Aha! I've got you now. What do you have to say for yourself?
Inflation!
Ha!
In other words, think that inflation is a cause, is a rise in prices of goods and services, but a true...
I'm so fucking done with her shit. I can't believe, out of nowhere, she's starting to think for and stand up for herself. This is outrageous. I won't let her win. I will mess her up. Fine. I get it. I have to take my punishment days up a notch. Well, it's settled. I'm going to come up with the most extreme punishment days you could ever imagine. That's it, Dora. You may have won the battle, but not the war.